And happy Friday. In fact, what I used to say when I was working a Monday through Friday job, happy freaking Friday. Woohoo! Substitute any swear word you prefer, of course. Um, and this month I remembered to turn on the dining room light so there'd be more light here. Um, can't believe it's Friday. I can't believe it's January 31 already. Anyone else out there? The older I get, the faster time moves. And I remember years ago, I think I was I could have been in my 40s still at that point. And I was saying that, wow, I blink and a week goes by. And a neighbor who was in her 80s at the time said that when she blinks, a year goes by. I mean, at this point, I'm at, wow, I've blinked and a month has gone by. I don't know when she realized, when she was telling me in her 80s that was the case. I wonder how early that was for her when she realized, oh, a year, whoosh, gone. But anyhow, I'm thinking, I really enjoyed offering the weekly live videos in December. And depending upon which day, I forget which day they were live. I think they were live on Tuesdays. And depending upon which week it was, sometimes I had a few hundred people watching, sometimes a few. So it doesn't really, I guess it doesn't really matter to me if I have a few or a few more. But I'm thinking about that. Now, the reason why this is on Friday is because when I posted it, one person said he would like Fridays. So here we are. It's a Friday. Whatever day I would pick, it would be regularly on that day. So for continuity, I'd like things to be consistent. Hey, Je Paul. For me, it's good evening, but good morning to you. And Chad, welcome. You feel the same way about what? Oh, the hi, Solmaz. And understand I'm going to make mistakes in how to pronounce your names, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce them. India, wow. That's a long ways from here. Oh, time flying like an eagle. yeah. Time just goes by quickly, no doubt about it. So, thinking about these weekly videos, talking about what have you. In this evening's video, I'm mainly talking about this, but if people have questions they'd like to ask, please keep them clean and respectful. There is moderation going on too. You don't know that, but there is in place. Double digits. That's always fun. So let's see. It's nice to be on here again. I still haven't filmed anything in outside since sometime in maybe early December or even November. So, hey Antt, how are you? So, because I've been sick still, this is the never-ending health issue. Do I like Dr. Pepper? I like Diet Dr. Pepper. And a fine howdy ho to chicken lover. Yay for you too. So, because the chicken lover was just asking if I like Dr. Pepper. the diet, but we're talking just regular Dr. Pepper. We're not talking vanilla or any of those other odd flavors. Uh, Purist here. Um, so anyway, since I'm still not feeling well enough to go out and film, it's really unfortunate. I have this fabulous place I want to go. No, I've never had the Takis G Solaris. Do I like hip hop? Um, some of it, sure. I like all sorts of genres of music. I used to DJ. I used to be a party DJ, and I was asked to play all sorts of stuff. Oh, um, I'm asked the darndest questions. I don't answer everything I am asked. Um, so, um, so anyway, I used to play all sorts of stuff at all sorts of parties and wedding reception, not receptions, the wedding party. Um, I guess I played at the wedding reception. It's been such a long time since I did that. Still have my equipment. What's my thoughts on Diddy? Diddy or didn't he? um, I played for locals who were having their moment in the sun. So, so I have an ever growing. Did I get paid to play? You doggone right I did. Yep. I required a 4 hour minimum. The equipment was heavy, and this was long before using a computer to hold the music. So, and sometimes I had to climb a flight of stairs with this heavy stuff. Good Lord, it was ridiculously heavy. The upside is being a jack of all trades and a master of none. DJ tips. Yeah. If you're going to DJ nowadays, I highly recommend you use a computer. My laptop is next to me here. I highly recommend you use a computer to do that rather than carrying cases of CDs, which is what I did. Should you decide, well, no matter what, make sure your music is organized by genre. Absolutely. Uh, it's one thing to have music alphabetized. I had my albums um, alphabetized by artist, and then certainly alphabetized under artist by album as well, and then genres to country with country, country western, those. So really important. I had someone come behind the DJ booth one time, and well, more than once, but this one person was so annoying. She came over and she's looking at my CDs. Oh, you have so many CDs. Yeah, no duh. I have a zillion CDs still, and I told her not to touch. And she's still pulling CDs out. And I said, What part of don't touch do you not understand? And she gave me this look. I said, leave. Don't come back. Just leave. So she went back to her table and sulked the rest of the evening. Not that I cared, but my stuff, it's my stuff. Don't touch it. I didn't give you permission. Um, so so tips. Also, you want lightweight speakers. Um, how do you do that thing where they switch the song smoothly? Well, actually, it's a on your mixer board. You can you can move the as you're starting the next song. You move the switch. You just slide over to the other song. It's a nifty trick. I never played records, by the way. I only played either from my CDs or my Zune. Yep, that's how long ago it was. It was a Microsoft product, um, the Zune. Yeah, that is neat. It was neat and very old school over here. I bought all my equipment used, and I bought what I could afford. And there wasn't really a lot of there was some electronic stuff, but my Zune was, this is long before you had that stuff in your phone, and the Zune had, so the Zune was equivalent to an iPod, and you know, the Zune had a lot of capabilities that the iPod did not. The radio was built in; you didn't have to pay extra for that. Um, I had one that was, I had an 80 gig one, and I also bought the 120 gig one. Um, I could play one song over and over again if I wanted. I have an iPod as well that I bought later on, but the iPod is um, kind of annoying. But of course, that's so long ago. I have my music on my phone now, right? Doesn't everybody have their music on the phone? Yeah. Although I will say, I just purchased a CD. I bought um, the virtual music, if you will, but I actually bought the physical CD because I have a CD player in my car. And although I've been listening to the greatest hits of Dusty Springfield for well over a year in my car, well over a year, um, I bought Chapel Roan's CD. Great songs, great tunes, and looking forward to playing it in my car now. And as I started to say before, Ant, if you're going to be using speakers, um, you don't have to put them up on poles. And if you do put them on poles, make sure that people aren't going to dance into them. Make sure they're as close to you as you can get them. If you're up on a raised platform, keep them up on the raised platform with you. Then people won't dance into them. They won't knock their drinks into them. Um, Thankfully, I didn't deal with too many drunks on the dance floor, but I usually played way over to the side, so dance floor wasn't necessarily near me. But things to keep in mind if you're going to DJ. The whole drunks doing drunk stupid things. But then again, you don't have to be drunk to do stupid things. God knows, I don't drink alcohol, and I do plenty of stupid things. Um, let me see. What other tips and tricks can I offer? As much lightweight things as you can have. I have a pair of oh, what are they? Sansui speakers. They're in a wooden case. In these wooden cases, very very heavy, about 50 pounds each. And think about lugging them up a flight of stairs one at a time because 50 pounds is heavy. Um, and then I got a pair of speakers with poles, and I was always a little nervous about the poles because it was they're on a tripod base. I have headphones in one ear. No, I never did that. Never did that ever. Um, and my let's see, mixer, graphic equalizer, the thing that weighs an absolute ton. I can never think what that thing is called. A friend of mine referred to it as the boat anchor, and yeah, that thing is ridiculously heavy too, but works like a charm, and is very old school. It has one switch, one switch, and I can't think what it's called. It's the thing that powers everything, but I can't think what it's called. That was such a long time ago I did that. Man, that was the last time I had a full time job. So that would have been up to the year 2000. Crazy. Well, um, I did stay with the music the whole time. Uh, I was always concerned at parties because I also DJ'd sometimes for line dances, and I was always concerned, particularly with like wedding receptions, that or that party I was talking about where that woman kept touching my CDs, and pulling them out to look at them as if it's her right. Not her right. Um, I was always kind of concerned that someone would try to take something, because although I would have other CDs on deck, I had two CD players, a tape deck, cassettes, because that's how long ago I was playing, DJing, and then the electronic, when I had my Zune there as well. Um, I was always concerned that someone might rip me off, and so I would just stay with everything. I didn't feel that way about line dances, because I knew everybody, and vice versa, of course. Um, well, I was lucky enough that I was line dancing and teaching line dancing, and I was friends with the DJ, because it's a very small world here in Vermont. Um, and since we were friends, and I was interested in doing it, we had talked, and I was covering for him when he would go to learn dances out of state. Um, so, so that's how I got started, and then I um, also decided to do parties. Um, so if you want to do parties, you could just advertise. And nowadays, there's social media. This stuff didn't exist, at least to the extent it does now. So you could certainly do that if you wished. Um, don't do it for free. Don't do it for free. Make sure you get paid, because once you give it away for free once, people will just expect that, even friends. And I have no qualms doing that for friends, really. um, but make sure you get paid, um, because if you're buying music, which you will, if you're buying music, if you're buying equipment, see if you can rent equipment to see if you like it. Um, as someone who's hearing impaired, it's actually kind of hard for me to understand what someone is saying to me in the moment. I mean, I'm staying behind the equipment, so it's not as loud, uh, but um, but still, it's going to be loud in there. So there's something to think about. Make sure you have every plug you can think of, every um, what are those called? Extension cords. Do people request songs? Oh, you bet they do. Yes, of course. I used to have a request board, an actual write-on wipe-off board, and for people to use. Um, and then as I played the songs, I would take them off the board. Um, I found that easier, because also they were writing bigger, and I find that when people write bigger, they write clearer. The handwriting is clearer. You do you, of course, but I just found it easier to read, because if someone scribbles something, they're not going to get the song, because if I have to be able to read it, right? You too. You have to be able to read it. Um, trying to think, there was something else. Oh, and to be a DJ here in the U.S. anyway, you have to be licensed. So, because you can be sued by the artists if you're playing their music without being licensed. You don't have their permission to play their music in public. So, um, I know. And the thing is, one of them, I don't know if this is still true, but one of them was um, what was it, like March 1 or something, where you was the first day of their a year membership, and for that one, if you paid on April 3rd, no, excuse me, if you paid on the last day of February, um, that would be for that last day in February. Then you have to pay for a whole year. They didn't prorate anything, and all I can remember, it was in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. The name had something to do with that. And then there was another one. There was what is that? The AAC. A AS ASPCA. So there were three you needed. So, well, two you had to have, and then the third one was Garth Brooks. So I never played any Garth Brooks music ever because I wasn't licensed to play his music. I just I, because these are annual things you have to pay for. At least they were when I was DJing. Um, the upside to having every job imaginable is the experience. So, but you have to be licensed unless you're playing in something like a bar. Sometimes the premises is covered. So when I was playing in a premises, now that I think about that, now since I was playing in premises that had coverage, I could play Garth Brooks. So one place I played when I was doing line dance stuff, that place was covered, so I could play Garth Brooks there. But uh, but you can check online how much these things cost. I don't know where you live. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's different where you live. Here in the U.S., that was the case when I was DJing. But the upside to one of them, it may have been the one from Muscle Shoals, um, that you could pay a little extra, and each month you would get a CD of the genre you've chosen as your main genre each month of various artists. Um, it was a really cool thing. I didn't I didn't get that one. I don't think it was I don't know. I live in Vermont, and here in Vermont it was a good thing. I charged, and mind you, this was let's see, maybe 97 to 2000 ish, something like that. Um, I charged 75 an hour with a 4 hour minimum, and I got it like that, and that was back then. I don't know what it costs nowadays. I don't know how much I could charge nowadays, but I was pretty satisfied with $75 an hour. um, so yeah, it was a neat job. I enjoyed it. It was something I could do on the side. Um, I could set my own hours in the sense that I didn't care if I were working on Saturdays or Sundays. I didn't care about that. Um, so it was good. Nowadays, it's so much easier. You can just buy one song, right? And back then, whoops, oopsie. Back then, I couldn't buy just one song. Yes, I could buy a single. Would I meet a lot of new people? Oh, yeah, sure. But I understand they're focused on the event because they're guests or they're the people who are doing it. The like the wedding, the married couple. So they're not going to be chatting with you necessarily. They're going to be focused on the event. I would think California would be an amazing place to be a DJ. So much opportunity, so many places you could play. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can add to that. You play the music that's appropriate for the place you're playing. So if you have, you want to play what they're paying you to play, the music they have requested. So their music always comes first. Um, you know, I did a holiday party for a company. I was actually kind of surprised because one of the guys who worked at that company was a DJ, but he said he just wanted to enjoy the party. So yeah. But I had no playlist, and I mean that they requested. So, but people will come up and request songs as you're playing. Um, Highly recommend you start with something energetic. Get people on the dance floor because the only job of the only job is to get people on the dance floor and keep them there. Well, I guess two jobs. You get them on the floor and you keep them on the floor. because a dance floor with a lot of people on it, other people want to get up there and dance too. If you're playing a bunch of junk that people don't want to hear, they don't want to dance to, that's going to end the that's going to end your career pretty quickly. Of course, oh yeah, you want to play slow songs, absolutely. You know, after you play 3, 4, 5 energetic songs, you put on something slow so that people who don't want to dance to a buckle polisher, can go grab a drink. They can go outside for a breath of fresh air. They can go smoke a cigarette. They can catch up with their friends. They can go to the bathroom. They can do a whole host of things. And another crowd perhaps gets on the floor and dances. So I would absolutely play slow songs. But it was interesting. It's a lot of work. Understand, it is a lot of work. But it's good stuff. Maybe it wouldn't be as bad nowadays with just the computer loaded up with music and line to it connected to speaker, because I imagine you can get use a digital mixer or something like that. I don't really keep track of that stuff anymore because I don't do that, but I have friends who do. The Odd Jobs of Patricia. Now there's a channel. There's a YouTube topic. DJ board. You say a DJ board. What does that mean? Off? What's off? Yeah, I know what off means. Oh, it's a mixer. Oh, that's all right. It seems to me if they call it a DJ board, they might charge more money for it. That's all. Yeah, I only have one mixer. I have 2 kinds of graphic equalizers. One is very old school, and which works great, and the other was more electronic. It had lights. Ah, I thought you meant to shut this off, Chad. What? Wait, no. It's my party, and I'll chat if I want to. Oh, that was bad. But then again, puns are a specialty. Not necessarily punishment, but you know. So I guess at the end of the day, I'm wondering if I guess I'll just go with these weekly lives and see if people like them. Fridays may not be the best day. Let's see. My iPhone would not let me do laughter on floor. iPad won't let me type. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Did I answer all your questions, Antt? Looks like I may have. It was good money. It was fun. Oh, excellent. I'm so glad I could help you out with that. If you decide to do it, I'd love to know more about it. You can put it in the comments below. You can post in the community post there. It was good money, and I love music. I love all kinds of music. It's very helpful to love all kinds of music. And I remember once I was hired to DJ at a campground, clearly a summer thing. And I was told under no circumstances by the people who hired me that I could play anything but country. Under no circumstances. which was hard because when someone requested the electric slide, oh my God, there's a song I hope I never hear again. But the electric slide, um, you know, these were teenagers who requested it, and they didn't want the country song version used. The country song, it's a different song. They didn't want the country song used for it, and they begged, they pleaded, they cajoled, and I gave in, knowing full well I could be fired for that. But I did play the whole song, which goes on forever. It's just an unending song. But anyway, they they danced to it, and um, I got a glare. I got a big glare from the people who hired me. Um, but I only played that one song. So, um, and then I had requests for a swing dance, and I knew what song they wanted because I knew them. And let's see, what's your name? Hey, Lectum, how are you? Um, anyway, I knew this. I knew the song they wanted for the swing dance, and I said I announced I had a request for a swing dance, and although so I have this new swing dance that I found at a line dance event, I think it's really fabulous, and I'd like to play this one. And if that's not what you want, I'll go ahead and change it out. But they loved it. They came running up asking, "What is that? What is that song?" So that was really fun. I love introducing people to music they may not be aware of. And that's one of those fun things you can do as a DJ is introduce music people may not be aware of. Uh, so entertaining. It's entertaining. Certainly, I enjoy it. It's fun. Um, Seems surprised, Antt. Yeah, you can be told uh, what people want or not want. I was DJing a party for a couple of friends who were celebrating. It was a big birthday. I can't remember how old now. 30, 40. This was a few years ago. And they were adamant that I was not allowed to play um, the electric slide or the Macarena. I wasn't allowed to do the chicken dance. Frankly, if I never hear the chicken dance again, I'll be a very happy woman. Um, or those other two songs. Oh, God. Ugh. This is the downside of being DJ. You will hear the same music over, and you will be playing the same music over and over and over and over and over again. So, but you're not really listening to that much music, honestly. You are. When I was DJing, I'd have one song on, I'd have another one. So with two CDs, I would have one playing and the next one ready to go. Sometimes I have the tape. Um, I can't imagine anyone using cassettes anymore, but should they come back into style, you'd have that cued and ready to go. Um, because a cassette, you can do the same thing with a cassette as you can with a CD, tapping to go to the next song. Um, um, there are cassette decks that do that. Uh, one of my cars had that, for instance. So it's not just nope, not done. It's not. It's you can pay for that. Um, so um, so you're not really listening too much to the music. Um, when I was doing the line dance stuff, I had an idea of what was coming next. Stuff for um, most of the line dancers, stuff for the ones who danced in the round, two-step music, stuff for the more advanced dancers, um, and juggling that. There's a lot that goes into it. I think most people think you're just going to set up your equipment and start playing music and people are going to run to the dance floor. If that happens for you, yay! I'm really thrilled for anyone who gets that kind of well that kind of crowd. That's fantastic, absolutely. And I'm always rooting for someone who gets that. But twiddling your thumbs and waiting for people to get on the dance floor, wow, that is just mind-boggling to me. So, but it's good. It's good stuff. And oh, and I guess people play vinyl too. I never played vinyl. Um, CDs are very heavy. Records are heavier, so um, they scratch easily too. I mean, cassettes. CDs can scratch very easily too. But yeah, it's uh, but even in the crowded DJ market that was here when I was playing, I was still able to have um, people hire me. Um, Back then, I advertised in the local newspaper, not the big one, but the smaller ones, which were a lot less expensive, and I still got hired. So if I could do that back then with social media, I'm sure you could. Um, I'm sure you could do that too. I never thought. Well, it wasn't really a thing back then where the DJ would be the important part of the party, um, the name part of the party, and it would follow me around. Um, I don't recall that being a thing back then, but it's been 25 years plus. Anyway, I'm so glad I could answer your questions, Antt. That was fun. Memory lane is always kind of entertaining. But so to recap, the live videos. I'm going to have live videos. I'm going to run them on Fridays unless unless I try unless unless people are crying out for another day. Um, so my videos are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and so Fridays might be kind of fun to wind down the week. So holy cow, almost 38 minutes. Who knew I could? Well, I knew I could talk this long. I used to teach. I used to teach 3-hour courses. So yes, I know I could talk this long. But this has been a lot of fun, and um, I'll see you next Friday. Thanks so much for showing up, hanging out, chatting. This has been interesting. It's always kind of fun to see what you folks are writing. I don't respond to everybody here, and yeah, I know, Chad. Time does fly when you're having fun. Peace to you, Antt, as well. Peace to everyone. Until I see you again, this is Patricia. I'm traveling for history, and until I see you again, have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye now.